What's up, everybody? Welcome to an episode of Retro Game Night. I'm your host tonight, Jam, and you have just enjoyed kind of an ugly, opening cutscene. Anyway, this is Sonic 3D, or Sonic 3D Blast as it's called over in America. I'm obviously playing the American version on an emulator here today, but I do actually have a physical copy of this game. It's hiding in boxes somewhere in my spare room, and yeah, it's there somewhere. But anyway, we're going to play through this today, and let's just have some fun. Really, just playing some retro games, chatting about them, and completely unscripted with obviously audio mistakes well included. So enjoy. So anyway, Sonic 3D. I'm gonna be calling it just 3D, by the way, just because it's this. I said this on the podcast I did not too long ago that I didn't mind this game. In fact, I was quite when I played this back in the day, probably close to kind of launch. I think my friend had it first, and I sort of purchased it used. I rarely ever got games brand new when I was younger, which is fine. That's just kind of how we were when we were younger. Get the games I think. Where have I got it from? I got it from Marketplace or something, but yeah, I ended up getting the game used, and I just thought it was just an interesting departure. This was kind of Sonic's, first kind of, I guess Sonic Spinball's probably his first kind of, divergent from the usual series of his 2D adventures, or from the 3D adventures, but maybe we could say, oh, then again, I'm going to think of another one now, Dr. Robotnik's Bee Machine, maybe that's another spin-off as well. But Sonic 3D was probably the first spin-off that maybe released that people were not so fond of. But I never really understood quite why, really, compared to, again, I look at this now retrospectively when we look back on Sonic as a series and what he's been through over the many years, and I certainly think that he's, if you play this game now, which, but for the record, this is not just on Mega Drive or Genesis, this is also on Sega Saturn as well. So I don't think there's a Mega CD port. I believe it's just Saturn and Mega Drive. Although I believe there is a PC port as well. So there you go. In fact, yeah, there must be a PC port because the one of the developers that worked on this, who has that YouTube channel that I talked about, Game Hut, he has created a mod for the PC version, probably I think the Steam version of the game, which is like kind of like a director's cut where he adds some extra things to the game, like the ability to turn into Supersonic, which you can't do in this game, unfortunately, which is something I certainly missed when I played this back in the day, thinking, I can't turn into Supersonic, I can't be all invincible and cool stuff like that. But it is what it is. I don't know. I didn't mind this. I really didn't mind this. I really like the music in this game. I featured obviously the winter song, I guess, the Diamond Dust level, which we'll see if we get there in time. I'm only gonna do this sort of retro game night for 20-25 minutes, really, just not to bore you people. But of course, guys, I will take your feedback. If you like this, please let me know. If you want it to be longer, if you want it to be shorter, give me feedback. Always open to it. So here we are on a special stage. Special stages in Sonic 3D work very similarly to the 2D games. At least when I say 2D games, Sonic 2 and Sonic 3, where collect 50 rings, go to a lamppost, and then you can jump along to the special stage. Special stages in Sonic 3D are incredibly easy compared to most of the Sonic series. It simply is just you go through this, I guess, kind of 3D. Kind of 3D is probably the more realistic name for Sonic 3D anyway. But simply what I'm really doing is just jumping over these mines. It's not hard at all. I guess they're trying to go for something a bit like Sonic 2, where you're going through that that kind of tube system. But in Sonic 2, they made it very challenging, especially in some of the later special stages. In this one, they're just, I think even in the later ones, there really doesn't feel much of a challenge to it at all. It's very basic. Just jump over the mines, collect the rings, and you're good to go. Not really much to it. And of course, to get to those special stages, you find Knuckles, who is unplayable, or you find Tails, who is also unplayable. Make sure you have 50 rings with you, because if you don't have 50 rings with you, they will take all of your rings, and you gotta start collecting them again. Have 50 rings, go up to them, and you can enter the special stage, and go to have some fun with that. And so that's kind of what I'm doing now, is I'm just getting prepared for later, see if I can find Tails later and get another special stage, trying to earn another emerald. So of course the main objective really of Sonic 3D in each level, at least main level until you get to the boss stage, is to collect the flickies. The flickies are these little bird-like creatures. Collects about 5 per segment, and then you get to find a giant ring, put them in the ring, and then you move on to the next section. Of course, when you get hit by an enemy, not only do you lose rings in classic Sonic fashion, you also lose the flickies, so it becomes this kind of problem with getting your rings back, getting the flickies back. We've probably gone all over the place, which can become very cumbersome later in the game when things get a bit more hectic, which is, I think, something that... hold on a second, I've lost my image. Oh, there he is. Sorry, something happened to my TV just then. Not sure if that will come up on the feed or not. So we just had a few technical difficulties. I don't have the Simpsons thing to... oh, it's going again. I've been off. I have seemed to have some problems here. Just give me 1 second. Let's just see. Yeah, I think it's just a loose connection. But anyway, yeah, so hit the enemy. The birds, or the flickies, I should say, are usually hidden in the enemies. So kill an enemy, get the bird, get to the goal, and move on. So there's the last one just here. There we go. Got the last 2. I really should have just got all 5 together. If you have all 5 together, I believe it ramps up the score. Not that, score really matters in a Sonic game, does it? I mean, when does score ever matter? but even in Sonic Mania, I mean, you gotta like the touch that they at least included the score bar in Sonic Mania as a sort of, just for nostalgia, really, isn't it? It's nice. There's a score bar at the top. But I don't remember a Sonic game ever really being about score. I think score may play a part in how you get continues in the Sonic 1, 2 and 3, maybe. Probably I should throw Knuckles in there as well. Right. And actually, you've had two chances now to see what the rings are like when they spray out of you. They go into this little 3D fluster. Although, again, go back to that 3D, it's not really 3D, is it? It's isometric, I say. That might be probably one of the main reasons people aren't so fond of Sonic 3D, is that the controls are a bit awkward. You kind of, it is trying to kind of get grips of which direction you're going, because of this isometric view. This works wonders if you're playing this with an analog stick like I'm doing at the moment, but if you're playing this with a D-pad, or certainly a Mega Drive or a Genesis D-pad, it's kind of awkward, because when you press up, you're just going to go directly up. And of course, Sonic does cleverly move his entire body when he does that, but it somewhat feels a bit weird. Doesn't feel quite right, especially for back in the day. I mean, playing this now actually seems kind of smooth, but back in the day, we were still getting used to it. It's like, whoa, what is this third dimension thing that we're doing? We haven't experienced this before. Again, that might be a reason why I'm okay with it. So the flickies are waddling around everywhere. I am not doing well with the rings either, so might not be able to hit that special stage of Tails. Can't remember where it is anyway. Right, got 4 of the flickies, and of course it shows you your progress on the bottom right there. I've got 1 more enemy to find. Good old invisibility with the cute little music playing. Let's see if I can find that last enemy. I think I know where Tails is as well, so I'll see if I can collect 50 rings as well. Probably not though, I've only got 7 so far. There we go. 17! Can we do it? There he is, there's the last guy. But, yeah, but I like the music's good with this. Oh, there's the fast sneakers, which don't think really helps much in this game. But yeah, let's see. Saw some rings around there. Let's see if we can grab those. Maybe not. Maybe up here. Right here. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Not sure I'm gonna have enough though. We'll see. See if I can hunt around a bit more. There's some up there. Let's see. So I believe that I could be wrong, but I believe there's 2 acts. I haven't even done the first act yet, but you do 2 acts of Sonic 3D, and then there's a 3rd act, which is basically this level, which kind of goes along with Sonic 2 and onwards. Remember Sonic, the original Sonic the Hedgehog, there's 3 acts in that game. Although, yeah, the 3rd act again was kind of acting as the big boss level. 10 rings. Now I need 11 more, and then we're there. It's kind of a treat to play back through this though. I don't mind. It's I was very curious after the podcast. I thought really kind of keen to play through Sonic 3D again, see how it holds up. yeah, it's alright. Again, it might be just because I'm looking at this from like other Sonic games I played. I mean, I really like Sonic Mania. I think I said that already, that I was a huge fan of that game. Now that's just nostalgia goggles on all the way. Just, you know, if you're a fan of the old Sonic games, the old Genesis games, you know, you'll absolutely love that game. Again, I think I did say that I personally didn't think the game was perfect, but then what game is, you know, so no one game is going to be for everybody. So let's do this other special stage. But no, I did like Sonic Mania a lot, and I certainly hope that it's not really so much that I want to see Sonic Mania 2, I want really Sega to maybe see this as an opportunity to give a lot of their old IPs to indie developers, to give them a go at things. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Well, of course, bad stuff can happen, can't it? But you know, I look at franchises like Streets of Rage that have just been dormant for so long. You know, I mentioned Story of 4, Kid Chameleon, Shinobi. I mean, Shinobi's sort of been around. You know, he had that little small game on the 3DS, which really wasn't that bad, but people just seem to forget about that quickly. But all really Sega's been doing with their IPs is just been releasing them on console. Yeah, well, on iOS recently for Sega Forever, which I'm not against the idea, but I don't know if that's actually been successful or not. But they keep releasing the Mega Drive games on various platforms. Although, you know, I say that, but we haven't seen them re-released onto let's say, the next gen consoles, so maybe a Mega Drive collection's in the works, maybe, we'll see. Don't know though, but we'll see what happens with that. Don't feel completely confident that's going to be a thing, at least I think if they were going to do anything, they might do like a Sega Forever type thing for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Of course, PC has got a lot of the old Mega Drive games. There's a lot of collections on Steam that you can get hold of for very cheap. I could be wrong, but I don't think they're all good old games. So Steam's your best bet, really, if you're trying to, you know, go for some of these old nostalgia games like this one right here. Yeah, but going back to what I was babbling about is that, yeah, I'd love it if they just gave Streets of Rage to an indie developer, let them have a go of it, you know, let them see how they do. Yeah, I know it might not work out, but you know, at least we'll get a Streets of Rage game. I don't know, I feel quite confident that it'll be better than nothing. And again, look at how well what they did with Sonic Mania, and how many people love that game. And so imagine what somebody could do with Streets of Rage. And you know, what about Kid Chameleon? I mean, there's probably I mean, if I was clever enough and if I had the skills, and I went from a very young age, I always wanted to make a Wonder Boy game. In fact, quite a while ago now, when I was working in London, I did do like a short programming course, and I actually like learned to program sort of a very basic game. Which it seemed so long ago when I did that, and then I enjoyed doing that so much. I thought, oh, you know, well, I'd love to have the time and the resources to do a Wonder Boy spiritual successor before anyone else had done it. Of course, but that's before Lizard Cube came along and they remade Dragon's Trap, which is a wonderful remake. But you know, I was always very keen to do a game like Wonder Boy myself. I know there are lots of games out there that are kind of spiritual successors to Wonder Boy. I mean, a lot of people give praise to the Shantae series and say that, you know, that's kind of Wonder Boy in a way. Yeah, I'll agree with that, but Wonder Boy is a series always very special to me, and I always wanted to do something like that. But, you know, why not? I guess Wonder Boy might be a bit complicated because they have I don't know really how that works with their license, but I was saying I don't know if they can give that license to any developer. I mean, they can't have, haven't they, because of Lizard Cube, but I don't remember seeing Sega's name on that. Or am I wrong about that? I'll have to look into that. But obviously we get Monster Boy, which is a indie developed spiritual successor with one of the guys that did work on the original Wonder Boy series, I believe. Cannot remember the guy's name right now. Right, let's move on to the next section. But yeah, I'd love to see just, you know, throw loads of old IPs at Sega. Throw Wonder Boy, throw Kid Chameleon, throw Story of 4. Why not? Of course, you know, you can give some guidance, Sega. You know, you can sort of say, you know, do this, but don't mess with it. But again, I keep thinking, what's the worst that's going to happen? Oh, darn it, that wasn't good. Just had 49 rings just then, and I can't get to the dance special stage with Knuckles. I'm like, I can always claim Knuckles for drinks. We can do it. Anyway, back to Sonic 3D. Sonic 3D is fun. I mean, obviously, back in the day, I remember other criticisms people had. People were very upset that Tails isn't following you around. I remember that being quite a big deal for people. People were saying, "Oh, where's Tails? I want him to be following me." People were obviously very upset that you can play as Knuckles and Tails. Which I think are valid complaints, absolutely. I mean, they're probably not complaints people would state now. I guess the main one people would say is controls, really. But yeah, in a way, like, just as I was talking about giving this, because this is Traveller's Tales that made this game, not Sega in-house, not from Sonic Team, and they did a darn good job. Maybe Sega disagreed, well, probably for the time people disagreed too, didn't they? So they were like, "Oh, I don't want Sonic 3D, give me my next Sonic and Knuckles, give me Sonic 4 already." I don't actually remember people saying that, because obviously Sonic 3D would have come out very late in the sort of the life of the Mega Drive. The Sega Saturn would have been on the horizon, if not being out already, and people were looking to 3D, so 3D made sense. So this is obviously the Mega Drive's attempt at 3D. It's like, look, it's 3D. It's not. Don't ignore it. No, it's not. It's not special trickery or anything like that. It's not isometric. It's 3D, guys. Enjoy it. I've got 51 rings. Let's see if I can go back and get Knuckles and get that next emerald. That's pretty impressive, I should say, isn't it? I could potentially. I'm not gonna jinx myself right now. That I could get 3. I believe there's 7 emeralds correct in this. So I could have 3 of the 7 emeralds, and I've only done the first act of the game. So it's not bad. Not bad going there. Alright, here we go. As I say, these special stages are quite straightforward, not too challenging. I'm trying to think what else people were complaining about. A really good friend of mine back in the day, who was a big Sonic fan as well. I mean, he just despised this game and its existence for the time. I think just because for those main points I mentioned, no Tails, and he sort of felt. I think he felt it was quite dumbed down and it was just quite sort of back to basics. But I think you always got when you move into these new ideas, new dimensions, and even if you are going to isometric game, you kind of have to go back to basics. I mean, imagine if this game had done really, really well, and people were really fond of it, and Sega said, "Okay, let's make Sonic 3D 2." They'll basically build on that, when potentially you could have had a Sonic 3D where you would play as Super Sonic, at least the official release of it. You have one where you have a save feature. That's something that was missing. That was something I remember him saying he didn't like, because there was remember you could save to the cart for Sonic 3. You couldn't save in this game. It was really back to the one-shot idea, because I think people were getting quite comfortable with the idea of saving in games at that point, which is. It's weird saying this, but that was quite a weird thing back then, to save a game, at least for the Mega Drive game. Of course not on PC. PC was very common, but for a Mega Drive game, like imagine the first Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic 2, you put the cartridge in there, and then you play that game, and when you turn the game off, that's the end, guys. That's it. You've got to start back from the beginning, unless, of course, you know your cheat codes and you can skip levels, but there's no saving in progress, no save states or anything like that. So when they introduced the save feature into Sonic 3, that was pretty crazy, really, for young folk. Thinking, whoa, saves and consoles! And yeah, they obviously, Super Nintendo had a save feature too on some of the carts, but that was obviously absent. That wasn't here for Sonic 3D, so it was back, again, going to that keyword, back to basics. But yeah, it would have been interesting to see. I found Tails, let's do another special stage, shall we? Let's make it 4 emeralds, let's do it. 4. Can I do it? See, they're so uninspiring, these special stages. They're all the same. I know that people might say to me that, yeah, but Sonic 2's Sonic and 3, they're not exactly special. But you especially Sonic 2, you could remember those specials, particular ones, the more challenging ones, because of how the variation was with the mines they used in those little tunnels, and even those. What would you call them? The balloon special stage in oh god, I'm doing one there. The balloon. Oh, I didn't do it. Oh no. That'll show me, won't it? For saying how basic these levels are. I'm doing fine now, aren't I? But I don't know. I wonder if I can go back in. I wonder if I'll give me another shot. So if I get 50 more rings, and I go back to Tails, I wonder if you'll let me have another bash at that. But we'll find out, shall we? We'll do that in this playthrough. Yeah, but the variants of the bombs in, say, the Sonic 2 special stage, I can remember those quite vividly, thinking, oh yeah, this special stage is like this, and this one's like this, and even with the blue sphere, that's it, the blue spheres, from Sonic 3, you sort of remember those ones, but there's really nothing memorable about the individual special stages in Sonic 3D. They're all just, it's jump over the mines, and try not to suck. But it's significantly easier. Those blue sphere things are quite challenging in Sonic 3 and certainly Sonic 2. I remember Sonic 2 just brought me to my knees, some of those special stages. Of course, I probably made a little error, because obviously with Sonic 2 you go to the lampposts to go to those special stages, but in Sonic 3 you have to find the giant rooms, which is like Sonic Mania, where they have to get into their special stages. Let's see if I can re-enter it. No, I can't. So I can't get another shot of it. So I only get one go with Knuckles and Tails. So that's something for me to remember for next time. Well, let's rush on through. Let's see if we can go. Well, we'll find the rest of the enemy, shall we? Let's. Is it the bubble there? No, it's the sneakers. Let's do that. There you are. One more to go. And it must be pretty close to the end. So we'll get to the boss in this playthrough. There's the last one. Yeah, so, oh yeah, controls really is probably worth pointing out for this. So, obviously with Sonic games, controls are pretty straightforward, you know. You simply, let's basically it's D-pad and jump. Every button is jump. A, B and C on the Mega Drive are jump, but in Sonic 3D, I believe, it's not every button is jump now. One button is jump, but now you have a button, depending on what your preference is, to do your super spinny thing. And if you press that button I use for super spinning, you can also use it just to spin on the floor like that. But who does that, right? so it's basically it's jump and super spin, but you do have to sort of be stationary to do your little super spin. And you can use the super spin to enter secret walls. If you see a little crack in the wall, you can enter those. And that's about it really for the controls. So yeah, a little bit of an evolution for Sonic's control scheme. It's not all about the they just slightly edited the jump feature. But that's all there is to it. But yeah, no, I'm enjoying this. It's this is definitely a trip down memory lane for me. I guess I wasn't like wowed by it. I think Sonic Adventure is a game that wowed me. I believe when for a 3D Sonic game, I remember playing that on the Dreamcast, thinking, "Whoa, look at those graphics, man, dude!" Because it was like the late 90s. But no, I think when I played Sonic 3D, I thought, this looks different. That's about it, really. But yeah, it wasn't, because obviously it's working with the limitations, or severe limitations of the hardware at the time. But it's different, and that's the thing I like with games. I like games that do try to be different. And I just feel, I guess I feel bad for the Sonic series really, because Sonic series more than any other series tries to be different. It just doesn't really seem to work, does it? He's tried to do the way he did this 3D one. I guess people do think quite highly of the 2 adventure games that released. But we had Sonic Unleashed, the Werehog thing. People didn't seem to particularly want to that. We had obviously all those horrible Wii games. Although I might defend one of the Wii games actually, because it had quite a fun party feature on it. That was it Sonic and the Secret Rings? I didn't mind that one. That was pretty, but not for the main campaign. I thought the main campaign was a bit. Because I didn't really care for the Wii controls, but the party game features on it were pretty fun to play with other people. But the Wii was all about the the party games like Wii Sports, wasn't it? Sonic and the Black Knight was obviously not a fun game. And then Sonic Colors was a game that I've heard is very good. I do have that game. I just haven't played it, but people tell me that one is not bad. At least for the 3D Sonic games. And obviously, I think I mentioned briefly, I played Sonic Lost Worlds. It just didn't really do a lot for me, actually. In a way, it feels a bit like I don't think it really is like Mario Galaxy, because that's one of the ones that people call it. I feel it's kind of like Sonic 3D, actually, in a way. It's just trying to do something different again. It's just not particularly work. It just didn't particularly work. So let's enter Rusty Ruin, another great soundtrack as well. So I like this one too. Yeah, that was the main key point for me with the Sonic 3D games, is the soundtracks where what would be the 90s thing is dude, bro, whatever. I can't remember how I spoke in the 90s. think I said dude a lot. Or definitely cool was a word, wasn't it? In the 90s. Before awesome became the, the common word. That's another thing I think with the director's cut is they introduced some new enemy variants, or it might just be the crab variant they're introduced into it. I haven't played the director's cut. I don't actually own Sonic 3D on PC. Maybe I should, because I wouldn't be surprised if this game probably would work on my terrible laptop. But since I still don't have a game on PC, I mean, how long have I been saying that for? About several bajillion years, but still not there yet. It's not really so much. Well, actually, recently I can't afford it because of monetary problems, but and bills and all that sort of stuff. January's not the best month, especially if you're a person who needs to pay their taxes. Let's just put it that way. But it's more of space. That's the point I was trying to get to. I don't really have a lot of space for a game PC. I live in a flat still. It's just not really practical at the moment. But maybe not in the not too distant future. Maybe we'll be moving somewhere that might have a bit more space, and then we can look into that. Yeah, but you know, onwards and upwards, right? But enough about my personal life. So I lost all my rings again, so that's a shame because Tails was literally just there. I could have just gone this way. That's what I should have done. Now the good thing is that we can go backwards, so we don't, even though when we get to, I can't go this way anyway, I've got to go the hard way. Oh well. So we got basically this little sort of thing that Sonic got himself into. This helps him to bash through some of those pillars, but if he leaves the state, so if he gets hit or anything, then he'll come out of this state, which isn't really ideal. So let's try and work our way through here. There we go, and now I can visit Tails when I've got enough rings, and we'll give that special stage another go, shall we? So let's go through. Let's go into the portal. On to the next section. Now we'll find our way back somehow. So collect all these rings again. And there we have these. It's just the bees and the crocodiles around here. I believe that some of these areas have secret pathways. Not there, obviously. So I might as well get through and do this thing again. I wonder if I can take out the item boxes like this. Yeah, I can. That's good. In this state. Let's do that. Let's bounce around. Ah, there we go. There's the pillars. Take them down. Take that one down. Can I take out enemies in this state? Yeah, I can. So it's just obstacles basically I need to avoid. Let's get those ones. So yeah, stay in this state, Sonic. Stay in the spinny state. No, I can't do it there. I've got to jump out of it. So if there's a elevation, of course, then I have to jump out of this state. I can't stay in it, but I can go down like this. Here we go. That works. And I can't go up there. Although I think I'm back to the original area now, which is fine, but I don't have enough rings. But so we will come back there later, and we'll go visit Tails, give that special stage another whirl. Now, let's take out you. See, I say I don't use. See, I say it spins. Don't use the spin much, but then I do. Right, 50. Let's go back. There we go. I'm just not finding myself fighting with the controls really. I'm finding I'm actually okay, which is weird. It's just something I remember playing. That's what a lot of people say about this. Again, I'm playing with an analog stick. I'm actually using an original Xbox controller actually, which seems to be working quite nicely. Let's do that. Good. So I'm trying to avoid that fire. There we go. Let's do it. But yeah, I'm using the analog now. But I can use the D-pad on this as well. That works too. But yeah, so if you play this game, see if you can play it with a analog stick. Obviously, if you're playing it on the Mega Drive with the original hardware, I don't believe I'm sure someone's going to say to me there was a third-party controller. I certainly don't remember one for the Mega Drive that has analog sticks on it. But obviously, if you're playing on emulation, you're good to go. You know, you're fine. I'm just going to try and go. Oh, I'm doing terribly, aren't I? It's because I insulted this, didn't I? I'm doing terribly. Oh, that's weird. I remember when I played this when I was younger. I just flew through these special stages, but nah, not anymore. Nope. Right, let's go. Let's get back to it. Let's check on the time. Let's see. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll see if we can do the end of this. We'll go to the end of this stage, and then we'll end it for today's retro game nights. Yeah, like I said there, guys. Let me know what you think. If you've watched all this way, I hope you've enjoyed my babbling commentary. I've got to go and get those damn pillars again. And if you want to see more of this, let me know. If you want me to continue, what I'll do is I will save this game as a save state, so we can just kind of pick up where it left off. Yep, if you want to see more of this, let me know. We'll do more. Otherwise, what I will plan, what the idea really was, Fred sort of did Retro Game Night before, is I'm just really just gonna pick a game, obviously Retro Game, of course, just do a kind of a light playthrough. I'm mostly gonna stick to stuff that was probably from the 16-bit generation and backwards, just because they're obviously the ideal places to go for the quick, short bursts. And yeah, do sort of basically just short videos, playing through, talking about the games a bit, and yeah, just having some fun babble. I would do, people might possibly ask about why not just do Twitch. I would, but I've said this I think a few times before, but my internet really isn't very good at the moment, and it's not going to change anytime soon. And I think a lot of it, as far as I've been told, it's because of the area I live in. I don't have access to fast enough internet, basically. So Twitch probably just wouldn't work out great. But that's not to say that it won't in the future, you know. But for now, I've got recording. I've got the ability to record, and I can do video. Darn it! I've got to somehow get all the way here. I've got the ability to record, of course, and we can just do fun videos like this, and yeah. You can always just shout at me, even though this is pre-recorded, right? So we'll get there. Right, let's try this again. So I've got to go the whole way. I can do this. Let's go. What are the obstacles? Oh! That wasn't good. Got on boy the foyer. Right, let's give this a go. Spinny Sonic. Yeah, I don't remember this ability coming back. See? That's not one of those famous abilities they forgot about. Let's think, are we home? Nope, not there yet. Let's be careful. Oh, God, bouncing around like crazy. Yeah, I'm good. Okay, right. Let's might as well stay in this state for now. There we go to the moonwalking crocodile. You gonna come here? There we go. There we go. We still haven't finished the level yet. I'm guessing Knuckles is hanging around. Oh, this is just how I can access the other part. Haven't found Knuckles yet, so I don't know where that fella is hiding. We haven't finished the level yet either, so we do have another opportunity to fail at the special stage. Right, let's go here. This is probably the last segment, I imagine. There we go. And we have crocodile. Nope. Didn't do that yet. Let's go up there. There's a shield, that'll be useful. Let's bounce around. And there's the crocodile. Moonwalking crocodile. We'll call him Michael. And there's the bee. See, the enemies aren't. Well, certainly in this segment, they're not really very difficult. The ones in the previous level hard. This is the guy who's had his little mine rotating around him. Of course, if you hit the enemies, you do lose your flickies and your rings if you touch them. The old Sonic way. That's the end of the level. Don't need to worry about that. Do I need to go around here? No. I'm pretty cool. I think one of those is a secret part of the passageway, which is probably where Knuckles is hiding himself. Right, I just need one enemy anyway. Let's go down here. I've got 50 rings, so if I do find him, we can cash in. So have I missed it up here maybe? Oh, there we go. Ah, but I've got to go. There he is. He's up there, but I've got to go and get that thing again. The little spinny. Where is it? Where's the spinny? Spinny. There it is. Right. We can do this. We got this. Now we're going to do it this time. Come on. Let's get that 4th emerald. Right. Here we go. So I'm going to put my concentrated face on. Shame can't. Maybe I should record my face as well. You can just see the expression of a constipated English person as I try and get through this. Okay. Yeah, we got this. We got this. This seems somewhat easier this time. It does seem a lot easier this time. This can't be the same level because it's lava this time, isn't it? It looked like sort of Earth last time. Although I don't think they have too many backgrounds. This is not challenging at all, this one. This is not right. Something seems very odd about this. I have to watch back the recording. I don't. That variation is definitely different. Maybe it's randomly generated. I don't know. Yeah, 4 emeralds though. 4 emeralds. We're only on the third kind of act, really. It's pretty good. Yeah, I believe there is 6 levels to this game. There we go. Right, what I do is, I think I've been recording quite a while there, so we'll leave it for this video, but let me know what you think, and I will be back for more Retro Game Night soon. Have a mad one.